Hey, St. Aug fans, make sure you subscribe. Now let's get into this video. It didn't go our way totally this weekend.
Yeah.
So our old high school, St. Aug, they played in the big game, and I'll just say I'm very, very proud of them. I thought they fought hard for as long as they could. They was just a little bit outmatched.
It was some lows in that game that we just had, man. Our Purple Knights fell short, bro. But it was a great turnout, man. Great show of excellence, between two schools, man, who actually fought hard to get there. Carr was actually on a 26-game win streak, so yeah, it'd be tough to knock them guys off. But man, how you think the Purple Knights fared out, bro?
I thought for one, I want to say I'm proud of them. Being able to reach the big game in 40-some years with a school that's, I'll put our athletes at St. Aug up against any school in Louisiana. So, that's kind of like disappointing. But so I'm really, really happy for them. But yeah, man, I think it ultimately came down to, Carr's been there, the last few years. So just being able to kind of deal with the sudden changes that go on in the football game, I just felt like they were like much more, prepared for that part of it. And two, man, like, somebody beat you by 3 touchdowns in a championship game. That it's hard.
Yeah,
sure. Especially when you turn, the most important thing is the football. So, if you're dealing with a team that can score 49, 50 points a game, you got to do your best to take care of football.
Right.
And so we kind of let that get away from us early on. And before you know it, score was 21-0. But what I appreciate the most, what I respect the most about them young kids is they fight. Because they never like, I don't think any of them really looked at the scoreboard. Right. And they were undermanned. A lot of running back, receivers, corners, they best player, Patrick Robinson, his son, right, who played for the Saints.
Yeah.
Pretty people in the Bayou might know that. But so they didn't really have their best players. But so I thought they fought really for as long as hard as they could.
Man, I'll tell you one thing. When we was on defense first, we stopped them. They came back and stopped us. But, on 4th and 2 against those guys, I would say, hey, look, we got to go for it. Because I think they got to be the guys that strike first on the bullies, because, how many times you seen the bully get beat up after somebody didn't hit him first? The bully's going to do the bullying, you know what I'm saying? So once they go to knocking on that door, getting that end zone, then
yeah, it's hard to play that aggressive against, a Carr team that,
very experienced.
Well, not even that. Offensively and defensively, as far as the line play goes, they just bigger than they're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger than the guys that St. Aug had. Yeah. So, 4th and 1, like it might be a good call, on Madden, but like the way these guys controlling the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
You got to point that. You know what I mean? So I didn't think that hurted them. I think obviously taking care of football is what really.
Yeah, ultimately.
Ultimately.
Yeah, because I see it was a crazy couple fumbles and just it was so weird. Like
yeah, but I was fortunate to be able to speak to him pregame. And really just tell them, man, like, football is, it's about scheme, it's about X's and O's, but, at the end of the day, it's really about attitude. Yeah. It's about your approach and, what you've been telling yourself the last few days. Do you believe that you're supposed to be here?
Yeah.
And so I was trying to really get that message across to them. Because, it's hard. Expectations, bro. Like, so, to kind of lessen those distractions is just keep your plate light, keep it simple, right? Only a few things matter today. You know what I mean? Just playing hard for my teammates and being a good sport. So which I thought all of them, they I think they exemplify that, to their core.
Well, St. Aug got a pretty young team, bro. And I think they're gonna be back that next year, bro, because majority of those guys are returning. So
yeah.
Think the future pretty bright over there.
Yeah, I think so too. And I kind of like the culture that's kind of around the program right now, as far as the football team goes. And if anybody's been to a St. Aug game, or sat in the stands on the side of St. Aug, you could feel that energy. So the community, the alumni, everybody. I think they really, really enjoy supporting them. Because that was probably the most people ever. For a state championship game, it was like close to 40,000. Yeah. So, I think that just says a lot about where these guys going, and everybody just trying their best to support them and really encourage them.
Man, so I want to ask you this question, bro. Did St. Aug reach out to you and give you any gear, or did they call you and set anything up? Because I thought you had met with him a couple of days ago or something like that.
Yeah, I met with the president and athletic director. It was cool. I guess it's really just kind of breaking, just kind of breaking the ice, because haven't always had the best relationship with St. Aug. And it is what it is. I'm not afraid to. I'm not scared to say it, but I feel like obviously St. Aug is a great brand, but and two, it's hard to make it out of New Orleans, right? And I just don't think that they've celebrated the guys that have really kind of paved the way. It's almost to like a. As if, it's kind of like a spoiled mentality almost. But me and you both know, man, like it takes everything to make it out of New Orleans, let alone to go on to succeed. So, which St. Aug helped lay that foundation, right? So, but yeah, man, I think they just didn't celebrate us enough, and I think there's a problem with that.
Yeah, it's very, very much so a problem. It's a few guys who probably should get their jersey retired.
Well, I mean, listen, man. You got Leonard Fournette, you got Tyrann Mathieu. I could stop right there.
Yeah.
Right.
That's just in the last 15
and for them,
years.
And for them, and it's not everybody, but for them not to celebrate us, consistently, right? Like,
no doubt.
It just didn't sit well with me. But I am grateful we sat down, we broke bread. And it's really all about the kids, bro. Right? So not trying to make it about me, but it's definitely all about the kids going forward. So, I was just sharing with them, like, like I'm committed to that. I'm committed to, being a part of these kids' life, supporting them, encouraging them, and then too, whatever the school needs me to do. Right? I'm more than willing to do that.
Nah, that's gonna be dope, bro. Yeah, but it's definitely a few guys. They definitely gotta build a few statues on AB2 Road.
Well, not even statues,
I'm just saying, bro. It's some legendary people that walk those halls, and not even just the guys that play sports. It's some legendary people that walk that hall, bro.
Business guys. I mean, basketball.
Countless amount of politicians, you name them. But yeah, man. So we gonna fix it though. It'll be all right, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's traditionally they've never done that. So
correct.
You can't be too mad at them.
Right. Yeah,
man. I think you should champion that. You should absolutely celebrate that.
Yeah, no doubt.
And don't let LSU just be the only ones doing it,
man. Like giving that speech to the football team. I mean, of course, it's a lot of young guys on that team, but you think they're like little fire up under them, even though they was out, man. You know what I'm saying? Guys are much bigger, but
I hope so.
Yeah. And even going forward, because just you giving that speech to them, it's not only about just the moment that we're in, but going forward. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it felt good. I mean, the only thing I didn't like is that they were kind of rushing us.
Yeah.
And because I had a lot to tell them, right? And that probably wasn't the time to kind of go on a 10, 20 minute fiery speech. But I just didn't like they were rushing us, So, and I get it. We were like the B team that day.
Man, we was actually on the visiting side, like, so that was kind of like, that felt a little weird, just being in the Superdome, like we on the visiting side.
Yeah, that was weird.
That's what happens when you haven't been there in 46 years.
Yeah,
shit. Yeah, but yeah, it'll get fixed though. I think them guys gonna shoot, it's a bunch of guys laid the foundation, but that team was the ones to do it. No matter who came before them.
I mean, you don't get trophies for coming in second. So that's not what we're doing. But I think it's okay.
Years, that was probably the best thing to do.
It's okay to be proud of them. It's okay to be. It's okay to tell them that they still had a great season.
Right.
Just because of everything that they've kind of had to overcome. This season. I think that team dealt with a lot of adversity. And for them to just lose really 2 games to the same school. And they beat everybody bad.
Yeah, they beat everybody.
Most people they beat by 40. So I thought St. Aug really represented and man, a lot of times you're only 1 or 2 players away from really competing with schools like Edna Cars.